Senator Mary Fitzpatrick.
For Muggeth, Kirloch, and thank you, Minister. And I want to commend Senator O'Reilly for bringing forward this private member's motion, and I'm very happy to support it along with my colleagues in Fianna Fáil. And Minister, I'm delighted that you're here to take the motion. I suspect you can empathise with not just the motion, but with every menopausal woman out there in the world. All of us fighting to put a smile on our face every day and to get up and face the world. It's a challenging place, and life isn't fair, but it's certainly not fair for women. And this is one of the hidden challenges that most women battle in silence with. It's very isolating, it's physically and mentally crippling. And this motion today also talks about the economic disadvantage that it inflicts on women. I want to support the motion. I want you as Minister to go back to government and say that this House is actively urging and demanding government to provide free HRT to all women who require it in our country. We're a rich and developed nation. We're a very privileged country. But our privilege should extend to providing women with what is not a panacea, which, it is not a magic wand. It does not work for all women, and it isn't a solution for all women going through menopause. But for those who it does work for, it can take a trial and error. It doesn't always work the first time, and the exact dosage and getting it right. And it's costly every time you have to go to visit your GP. It's really expensive. Women who are lucky enough to have a medical card can go to their GP. If you don't have a medical card, you have to pay the 50, 60, 70 euros, whatever it is, to visit your GP, and that's dependent on you getting a visit. You can spend a lot of time and money investigating what's wrong with you when it actually happens. Like genuinely being sent from, Billy to Bob, pillar to post, with doctors, and none of them actually having an expertise in menopause, because, hey, guess what? It's not their specialty, because they're men and it doesn't affect them. And what they do is study and get qualified in the disease that they treat. It'd be like saying you're not going to treat a teenage diabetic child because you don't get puberty. That's what some specialists actually say. Menopause isn't my specialty. So every medical professional who's going to treat patients needs to look at the patient first, not just at the illness. And in looking at the patient, they need to recognise that certain female patients of a certain biological age will most likely be going through the menopause. And if they were to actually just keep that in mind, it might actually help with accelerating the treatment that they're trying to deliver to their patients. But the only thing the government can do is actually ease the burden, the financial burden. So, Minister, I really do hope that you can support the motion, the government can support the motion, and build on the amazing work that this government has done for female healthcare in terms of the free contraception, the visits, the GP visits that go with that, the action on period poverty, the awareness programme around menopause, the listening programme. All of those are great and positive supports for women, but we need to go further. You haven't done enough, Minister, yet, and the government hasn't done enough. You've made such a great start. I really do hope that you will be able to support this initiative, and well done to Senator O'Reilly. Gur Mogath.